Violent entertainment affects children's behavior. History has taught us that people have enjoyed a fascination for violence for thousands of years. As an example, we have the Roman Empire, in which slaves used to go to fight until death into the gladiatorial arenas. As we can see, violence as an entertainment is not something new.
As the world began its technological revolution, I mean from the radio and television invention until the internet development, in fact, many benefits such as communication and education will come to us. I'm talking about the cell phones, the computer, even digital libraries. But the fact is that people have a natural desire and the internal necessity of leisure and entertainment. All human beings need to get some pleasure, so they need to get some special entertainment. If we take a look on different human beings, we will notice that people have varied interests. For example, some of them will prefer to watch movies, others will prefer to attend music concerts. There are others that prefer sport, and finally are those who enjoy violence. But let's be clear, what is violence? Violence, according to Stephen Dillard, is the act in which someone, something, or some force is applied a shocking amount of effort into hurting other things, people, or even to destroy them. Violence takes many forms such as family violence, spiritual violence, sexual violence, abuse of power, crimes, and finally media violence that is shown on television, in films, and in video games. According to History Channel, over the past century, fictionalized violence and films in television has become increasingly popular as well. Video games have also become a popular platform for violent entertainment. Even a sport, for example, we have boxing, some TV shows as SmackDown, as WrestleMania, and also the famous UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, which began as a non-hold-barred sport with few rules and regulations in which athletes from different combat disciplines will compete to see which martial art is superior. It is true that almost every kind of violent entertainment are restricted for a specific age because of its content, but according to many studies of the PMC, the Public Med Center, a growing body of scientific literature documents the negative effects of exposure to violent media on children, adolescents, and adults. As a result, they come to the conclusion that young US adolescents are frequently exposed to movies with extreme graphic violence, from movies rated or restricted for violence. This widespread exposure raises important questions about the effectiveness of the current movie rating system. In addition, it suggests that pediatricians ought and play a bigger role in motivating and teaching parents to impose restriction for reduce the exposure, because many parents may not be aware of the violent level of content and movies and this high level of exposure. Although all mechanisms of connection between exposure and behavior are not yet understood, many researchers of the Academy of Pediatrics say that more than 1,000 of scientific and reviews conclude that significant exposure to media violence increases the risk of aggressive behavior in certain children, desensitize them to violence, and make them believe that the world is a mean and scary place that it is. Also, another view from researchers suggests that performing violent acts in video games may be more contributing to children's aggression than passively watching it on violent act on television. Well, according to this view, we came to the conclusion that the more children practice violence acts in the video games, the more likely they are to perform violent acts in the real life. We must realize that the exposure of our kids to violent entertainment affects directly their behavior, turning them more aggressive, and it will lead them to perform violent acts. Definitely, it will bring negative consequences to their life. The fact is that we, as parents, must control and impose restriction for the kind of entertainment that our kids are being exposed to. If we don't want our kids for being immersed in violent acts, in aggressive behaviors, in vandalism, we must control and restrict exposure to this kind of entertainment, realizing on the negative and devastating consequences that violent entertainment cause in our children behavior. Thanks.